Here are some things that all good readers remember. Predict what the book will be about. Ask yourself questions as you read. Try and work out difficult words. Listen to yourself as you read. Reread when you need to. Can you predict what this book is about? Click on a book feature to find out. Title. The title tells you something about the story. Can you predict what the story is about by reading the title? Illustration. The illustration on the cover of the book shows you something that is happening in the story. The picture on the front of the book shows you something you will find inside the book. What does this picture show you? What is this illustration about? Blurb. The blurb is on the back cover. It gives you a quick summary of the story. Can you predict what the story is about by reading the blurb? Table of contents. The table of contents is a list of the chapters in the story.
A Cake for Gums. Written by Jen Storer. Illustrated by Tom Karima.
Click on the speaker on each page to hear the story read.
If you get stuck, click on the Help button. A Cake for Gums. Written by Jen Storer. Illustrated by Tom Karima. Contents. A Beautiful Tooth. Page 1. The Recipe. Page 6. Splat. Page 12. Flower Power. Page 18. Berry Mash. Page 22. Congratulations, Gums. Page 27. The Hazard House. Page 31. Cake Recipe. Page 32. Beat the Butter Wrap. Page 34. Glossary. Page 36. Characters. Jing, Danny, Sarah, Gums, Mrs. Hazard, Mr. Hazard. Chapter 1. A Beautiful Tooth. I went to Danny's place for breakfast this morning. Suddenly, Mrs. Hazard came running into the kitchen. "Danny, Jing, look!" she yelled. Mrs. Hazard was holding Gums. Gums had a big smile on his face. He had dribble down his chin. "Gross!" "Gums has a new tooth," said Mrs. Hazard. Gums opened his mouth. Everyone had a look. "Wow! Someone should bake a cake to celebrate," I said. "Good idea," said Mrs. Hazard. Mr. Hazard took Gums. "Why don't you two bake a cake while Mum's out?" he said. "We can't cook cakes," said Danny. "It's easy. Just follow the recipe. Sarah can work the oven for you," said Mrs. Hazard. Mrs. Hazard ruffled Danny's hair. Then she told us not to leave the kitchen in a mess. Danny and I never leave a mess. Chapter 2. The Recipe. We looked through Mrs. Hazard's recipe books. It was hard to choose a cake. "What about a purple berry cream surprise?" I said. "Perfect! Gums will love it," said Danny. "So will I said. Sarah turned on the oven for us. "Remember, I'm in charge. Don't touch anything electric," she said. "Your sister is very bossy," I said. The recipe said to beat the butter and sugar. "Do we beat it with our fists?" said Danny. "Don't be silly, Danny," I said. We looked in the drawer and found a wooden mallet. I put the butter on the table. We took turns beating it with the wooden mallet. When it was squashy, we put it in a bowl. Then I poured the sugar on and we mixed it all together. It had a lot of lumps, so we mixed it a little more. That'll do. My arms are aching, I said. Mine too. Beating butter is like working out, said Danny. Chapter 3. Splat. Danny took 3 eggs from the fridge. He put them on the table. Splat. 1 egg rolled off. The other 2 were close behind. Catch them! I screamed. We both did a nosedive. We got the eggs just before they hit the floor. Nice save, we yelled together. Danny got another egg. We put them all on a plate. Stay, I said to the eggs. Sarah came in. She saw us staring at the eggs. Don't you know how to crack an egg? She said. Sure we do. We just need to think about it first, said Danny. Sure you do, said Sarah. Sarah took an egg and cracked it on the side of the bowl. That's how you do it, she said. Looks easy, I said. Well, you go first, said Danny. I hit my egg on the bowl. Bits of eggshell flew everywhere. The gooey egg slid into the bowl. Does it matter if there are bits of shell in there? I said. No, said Danny. Danny hit his egg, but it didn't break. He tried again. Whack! This time it broke and the egg went all over his hand. Yuck! Someone should invent eggs with screw-top shells, said Danny. Chapter 4. Flour Power. Next we measured the flour. Now, we have to sift it, I said. What does sift mean, Jing? Said Danny. You put the flour in the sieve and turn the handle really fast, I said. Sounds like something I would be good at. I'll sift and you can time me, said Danny. Go, I said. Danny turned the handle on the sieve. The flour flew through the wire and into the bowl. Finished, yelled Danny. 52 seconds. That must be a record, I said. Danny, there is a lot of flour in your hair. It looks like fairy floss, I said. Well, there's so much flour on your face. You look like a ghost, said Danny. Chapter 5. Berry Mash. We added the milk and then the vanilla last. Then we poured the cake mixture into 2 tins. Sarah put them in the oven. Blah, these cakes look disgusting. They're full of lumps, she said. I held up the picture of the purple berry cream surprise. This is what it will look like when it's finished, I said. Ha, you two are dreaming, said Sarah. You're forgetting how brilliant we are, said Danny. Danny and I checked the cakes every 5 minutes. Finally, they were cooked, and Sarah took them out of the oven. I can't believe it. They almost look normal, said Sarah. Told you we were brilliant, said Danny. Danny mashed berries to put between the cakes. You've got berries in your eyebrows, he said to me. There's some on the wall too, I said. I wonder how they got there, said Danny. Sarah helped make the icing. We didn't have any purple colouring. We made green icing instead. Then we used leftover berries to make a face on the icing. How berry, berry brilliant, I said. Chapter 6. Congratulations, Gums. Mr. Hazard and Gums came in. Hi, Gums. Look what we cooked for you, I said. Gums looked at the purple and green berry cream surprise cake. He made a strange face. Eek, said Gums. Help yourself, Dad, said Danny. This is a very interesting cake. What is it called? Said Mr. Hazard. It's a purple and green berry cream surprise, I said. Go on, Dad. Be brave, said Sarah. Very well then, said Mr. Hazard. Then Mr. Hazard had a nibble. This cake really is a surprise, he said. I can't believe it's so delicious, said Sarah. Of course it's delicious. We are brilliant cake makers, said Danny. Me, said Gums. The cake was gobbled up in record time, all except for one special piece. We saved that piece for Danny's mum. Just remember to pick out the lumps before you give it to her, said Mr. Hazard. But Danny and I think the lumps are the best part. The Hazard House. Cake recipe. Purple and green berry cream surprise. A cake for very special occasions. Remember to ask an adult to help you. Ingredients. 110 grams butter. 80 grams sugar. 3 eggs. 220 grams self-raising flour. 1/4 cup milk. 1 teaspoon vanilla essence. 1 cup crushed berries. 1/2 cup whipped cream. 1 cup green icing. Extra berries to make a face on the icing. Directions. 1. Cream butter and sugar in a bowl. 2. Add eggs and mix. 3. Add sifted flour and mix again. 4. Add milk and vanilla and mix again. 5. Pour into 2 round cake tins. 6. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for about 50 minutes. 7. Cool cakes, then join them with cream and crushed berries. 8. Cover top with green icing and a berry face. 9. Eat. Beat the Butter Wrap by Jing Chen. This cake, it's got its lumps. This cake, it's got its bumps. It's purple, it's green, it's mighty, it's mean. This cake, it's for our gums. This cake, it's for our tums. It's purple, it's green, it's mighty, it's mean. We say, beat the butter, beat the butter, beat the butter till it makes your heart flutter. We say, beat the butter, beat the butter, beat the butter till it makes your heart flutter. Glossary. Raisins, dried grapes. Sift, to remove lumps from flour. Nibble, to bite off small pieces. Vanilla, a flavouring used in some sweet foods.
Word sorter. Click Start. Bird, boy, egg, town, tree, book. These words all name something. They are nouns. Run, talk, sing, pull, push, cry. These words are action words. They are verbs. Sort them out. Drag the correct word into the space, then click on Check It. Fantastic. Drag the next word. Great work. Drag the next word. Well done. Drag the next word. Great work. Drag the next word. Fantastic. Drag the next. Fantastic. Drag the next word. Well done. Drag the next word. Well done. Drag the next word. Fantastic. Drag the next word. Great work. Drag the next word. Fantastic. Drag the next word. Great work. Drag the next word. Great work. Drag the next word. Great. You sorted all the words. You are really good at sorting out words. Click on Print or click Next to finish. Missing words. Here is a page from the book with some of the words missing. You can put them back. Click on Start. Drag the correct word into the space, then click on Check It. Fantastic! Try the next word. That's great! Try the next word. Brilliant! Try the next word. Try again. Fantastic! Try the next word. That's great! They're all done. Click on Print to print your missing words page, or click Next to finish. Let's do a crossword puzzle using words from the book. A crossword is a fun way of thinking about the meaning of different words. Click on Start. Type the letters to make the word in the clue, then click on Check It. Click Delete to delete a letter. Click Clear to delete a word. That's great! Brilliant! Brilliant! Well done! That's great! That's great! Brilliant! Congratulations! You have finished the crossword. Click on Print to print your crossword, or click Next to finish.